This is question number 1 on the paper review for unit number 3. For the quadratic function f at x equals x squared plus 2x minus 8, we need to figure out, does the function open up or down? How do I know? What is the vertex? What is the equation of the axis of symmetry? What are the x-intercepts if we have them, and why is the y-intercept? We also have to graph the function. So if you want to pause this video right now, I did units going up to 10, so I did units of 2 in the y direction and in the x direction. I just wanted to let you know that because I'm going to just go ahead and draw at that point. Okay, so figuring out, does the function open up or down? I know it opens up, and the reason why I know that is the coefficient of x squared is positive 1. So if it's positive, we know that it'll open up. If that value was negative, it would open down. What is the vertex? To find the vertex, the x value of the vertex can be found by taking negative b over 2a. So a in this case is 1, b is 2, and c equals negative 8. So all I'm going to do is plug stuff in. So negative b, so negative 2 over 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, so I have negative 2 over 2 times 1. So negative 2 over 2 equals negative 1. That's my x value. To find the y value, I'm going to plug it in. So I'm going to find the function at negative 1. So I get negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8. So I get 1 minus 2 minus 8. That gives me a negative 9. So my vertex is the coordinate point, negative 1, negative 9. What is the axis of symmetry? Well, I look at my x value of the vertex, and the line x equals negative 1 is the axis of symmetry. And that just means it's symmetrical about that line. My x-intercepts. To find my x-intercepts, I have to take the equation and set it equal to 0 and solve. So this factors out into x plus 4, x minus 2 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0, x equals negative 4. So my first intercept is negative 4, 0. And x minus 2 equals 0, x equals 2. So my other x-intercept is 2, 0. My y-intercept, I let x equal 0 in the original equation. So I get y equals 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 8. So y equals negative 8. So the y-intercept is 0, negative 8. Now it tells me to graph the function. All right, so if I graph the vertex, I'm going to do that in red. Negative 1, negative 9 is right here. Negative 4, 0 is one intercept, 2, 0 is the other. My axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 1, so I'm going to put that in there really lightly. And now I have one more point, which is the y-intercept at 0, negative 8. So now I'm going to connect these values together. And there is my parabola. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, for the quadratic function f of x equals negative x squared plus 5x minus 6, we have the same questions again. So does the function open up or down? It opens down. How do I know? Because the coefficient of x squared is negative 1. So if it's negative, I know that this thing is going to open down. Okay, what is a vertex? So the x value of the vertex can be found by taking negative b over 2a. Okay, so a equals negative 1, b equals 5, and c equals negative 6. So negative b, negative 5, over 2 times negative 1. So this becomes 5 over 2, or 1.5. Sorry, 2.5, I lied to you. There we go. So that's what my x value is. Now I have to find my y value. So I'm going to plug this into the original formula. So the function at 2.5, so I have negative 2.5 squared plus 5 times 2.5 minus 6. Okay, now I need to find out what 2.5 squared is. Okay, 2.5 times 2.5. That gives me negative 6.25 plus 2.5 times 5 equals 12.5, and I'm going to subtract 6 off of that. So let's figure out what all this equals. So 12.5 minus 6 minus 6.25, and that gives me 0.25. Okay. So my coordinate point is 2.5 comma 0.25. What is the equation of the axis of symmetry? X equals 2.5. The x-intercepts. I'm going to have to set this equation equal to 0 to solve it. Okay, so to factor this out, I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. So when I do that, I get x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. And then to factor this out, this becomes x minus 3, x minus 2. Then x minus 3 equals 0, x equals 3. So my first x-intercept is 3, 0. And then my second one is x minus 2 equals 0, x equals 2. The second one is 2, 0. My y-intercept, I'm going to let x equals 0 this time around and put it in the original equation. So I have negative 0 squared times 5 times 0 minus 6. So this equals negative 6. So 0 comma negative 6. Now I have to plot all this. Since I only go up to 6, or down to 6 I should say, I'm going to go by units of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and in the other direction. And after I get this right now, I have to just add on those negative signs. So let me get that done. So now I'm going to plot. So my vertex is 2.5. So 2.5. And then just up a little bit, up a quarter of the way. So I'll do this in red. The vertex is here. So my axis of symmetry is right at that vertex in the x direction. So there we go. My x-intercepts are 3, 0 and 2, 0. And my y-intercept is 0, negative 6. Okay. All right, so if I have the axis of symmetry, everything's symmetrical about that point. That's how I got that other point that I just drew in. So there is my formula. There is my picture. And then number 2 is done. All right, so I'm going to pick up not right here. So I won't call this part 2, but I'll call it question number 3. So next video will start on this one.